what we're going to be making tonight. We're using the Photoplay Folio. So if you can pull that out of your package and take the wrapping off. So this is what we're making, the family heritage album. I'll just flip through it quickly and then we will get started. And then there's a little waterfall in the center. And there's pockets on here as well. All right. So who's ready to go? We'll put that aside and we'll get our packages. So this is your folio package right here. So we're going to take it out of our packages. Folio's got great instructions, ladies. So your pieces that come in your package are your instructions. So hang on to those because we'll be using that. And what I love about the folios is everything is scored for you. So we're going to take the two pieces that we need is the cover pieces. So they're the two largest pieces in your package. One is slightly smaller than the other. So that one is actually going to get attached to the other piece. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but it is slightly smaller, this one. So we're going to apply score tape to the back of this one. So what I'm going to get you first to do is take these pieces and we're going to score them on the lines that are there for you. So this is your base piece, and this is going to be the center of that base piece. Now, ladies, when you're folding your folio, okay.
Shoot, you guys. Just hang on.
What's happening?
Colin, I need you.
Yeah, but everybody's going there.
I don't know. Computer. Yeah.
Can you guys still hear us okay?
Because everybody's muted.
It's still recording, so.
Yeah.
Go back and ask somebody.
Debbie, we're gonna unmute you. We just want you to make sure that you can still hear us okay?
Yeah.
Technology check. Can somebody confirm?
Susan, can you tell us if you can hear us?
We can hear you.
Did it cut out?
No, I could hear everything that was being said.
Okay, sorry, we had a technology issue on this side, so keep going.
Ready? All right.
Sorry, Bonnie.
Okay, so where I left off was I was telling you about these score lines. So when you're scoring your, or when you're burnishing your score lines, I was told at one time, you always do the bump inside. And that is, the reason is for that is because when they've scored the paper, they have actually broke the fibers in your papers. So when you fold it that way, that is actually the proper way of doing it. It always looks like it's wrong, but it is the right way. All right, ladies, so just give it a quick look over, make sure you got the right piece. So you want the smaller piece. You're gonna flip it over and we're gonna start adding the score tape to it. So you can either use the 3/8 score tape or the 1/2 inch. And you're going to apply it everywhere except for the score lines. You don't want to cover the score lines up. So everybody still got that? I have a score line here, so I'm not going to cover that up. I'm just going to go about 1/8 of an inch in over onto the other side. This is going to take a little bit of time just to get all the score tape on here, ladies. But we have all evening. So in the center, you don't necessarily have to cover it totally with the score tape. So I do just sections. So I do leave about 1/2 inch in between. Almost done, ladies.
Oh,
Somebody said nope.
Almost need elevator music in the background.
Do I what? Do you want to sing? No. We could use some music because I'm not going to speak the whole time. Because I would, you could sing, Teresa. Yes, there you go. Teresa can sing, right?
No.
All right, ladies. I'm going to go ahead and start sticking my piece to the other piece. And I'm going to do it in sections. So I'm going to start with the center first. So I'm just going to start peeling off just a portion of the sukwang. Because we all know that sukwang is not forgiving. When it's down, it's down. All right, so I'm going to start with the center. And you're going to kind of just make sure those score lines are lining up. And you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch on both sides of the base showing. And this is what I'm calling my base, is this the front, the cover part. So I took some of my sukwang off. I'm going to start applying it to the other part. And I'm just going to pull these off. All right, it lines up perfectly. Now we're gonna just take off the sides. And just remember, ladies, if you fall behind, we're recording this and we're going to post it on our page so that you can watch it at a later date. Give it a burnish. Do the other side.
Bonnie,
Yes,
is there any chance you just slow down for like 30 seconds?
sure. You should tell them that. I thought I wasn't going that fast. All right, ladies, once you've done your scoring of your piece onto your base piece, you're just going to give it another burnish on the score lines. And you've created an album. All right, so what I call this is our gatefold. So that if you're confused of what I've written on the instructions, I call this a gatefold. So in your instructions, it says like the front gatefold. This is what I'm talking about, the front gatefold. So hopefully you've all caught up. And we're going to take the 4 pieces out of your folio package. And they're all measured the same. They are 7.5, I believe, by 5. And they're scored at a 1/2 inch on the edge. You're going to take all 4 of these pieces, going to fold them on that score line. Remember the bump in. You're going to burnish those those edges. And we're going to apply some score tape to those flaps.
Bonnie, it's Kate again. It's gonna be such a pest tonight. We can't even find the right size of papers.
Okay, so in your folio packages, do you have this piece in there? It's the largest piece in your folio package. And then
Yeah.
there's one that's like about 1/4 of an inch smaller that you're going to attach to that base piece.
I'm just watching because I don't even have any white pieces in my package at all.
In your folio package like this, it came like this.
Okay.
In this
Sorry.
package, when you open it up, all those pieces should be in there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't get let in until later, so I'm falling
Oh,
behind.
okay,
here.
that's why. Okay, because I showed this right at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's in this package.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so it's the largest piece in there, and then there's a piece that's slightly smaller, and that is going to go. And I can't show you because I've already glued mine on here, but it is about 1/4 of an inch smaller, and it's going to get glued onto this base piece.
Okay.
Okay, I'm muting.
Okay. Just remember, ladies, you can always look back at the video
And comment.
and comment. If you could comment, that would be great. Don't unmute yourself, just comment. All right, so we're going to continue, and we're going to take those 4 pieces and we're going to score them, or not score them, but burnish those flaps.
Kate said we were lost. You said 7.5.
That's for these pieces. Oh, 7 by 5.5, sorry. Sorry, ladies, this was 7 by 5.5 pieces. And there's 4 exactly the same with a score line 1/2 inch in, okay? So we're going to take these 4 pieces and we're going to attach 3/8 score tape to each of these flaps. Am I too loud? Green? Am I talking too loud? No, okay.
Sorry.
So I'll give you ladies a second. So we're going to have all these 4 pieces folded and put a strip of score tape on there, please.
And he says you're talking just right.
Okay, perfect. And we're gonna take the base of your album. And on the second score line of your spine, so that I call these two are the spines, this one and this one is the spine of your album. We are gonna take the first piece of paper that we just put the score tape onto. We are going to butt it up against that score line on your spine. And we're gonna place our first page down into the folio. So just like so. Second one. Gets butted up against that first one you just put down. And attach it to that spine again. And you're gonna have about 1/4 of an inch in between. And that's okay, because you're gonna add a pocket onto this page yet. Now you're just gonna flip it over and do the same on this side. Just remember to do it the same way on the inside of this one. First score line on the inside. And then the second one. Butt it up against the other one. And then you got the 4 pages of your folio.
Hi. Oh, I hate talking on this thing.
Can you write a question? If it's
You're
a
going in
question,
and out of focus there. Yes, you're going in and out of focus.
it's just you're moving up and down. You're just moving too fast.
Very hard to see the white paper and the creases and the
Okay, we
lines,
need
but
you
that's
guys
okay.
to comment in the comments and not maybe during the class. Thank you for that. We will do our best to make adjustments.
For you ladies that don't see the creases on the folio, because it is hard to see on the white, just look on your instructions of the folio. They have clear pictures on there. So if you follow along on your instructions of the folio, you will see exactly what I'm doing. So what I've just done now, I have finished step 6. So I've added page 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now we are done actually with this part of the instruction. So this big piece, we're actually done with it now, or I am done with it now. Now we're going to start with step 7. So step 7 is the pocket. And I know you can't see the score lines, but if you look for that certain piece, it is a 6.5 by 6 inch piece. And it's got a score line, 1/2 inch and around on 3 sides. And you see, if you see it in the picture, it's right here on step 7. So what we're going to do with this piece, we are going to miter the corners. Then we are going to fold in on the score lines. We're gonna add our score tape to those flaps of those ones we just mitered. So that is our first pocket. We're going to do the same with that the other pocket. We might as well do them all at the same time. So there's another pocket piece, the same size piece. This is for actually for page 4, but we might as well do them both at the same time because they're the same thing.
Just refer back to, Bonnie, if you're having trouble seeing, refer back to the folio paper that you have, like you've
Okay.
already done, said, told them once.
Yep.
You just refer to them that they have that piece of paper on the backside. It's giving them the instructions that they cannot see what you're doing.
Okay. Again, ladies, if you can't see what I'm doing, because when working with white paper, go and check out your instructions. I'm going according to the instructions. And if you follow the instructions, they are really simple instructions. And it gives you a great detailed picture. So just follow along with that if you can't see what I'm doing. All right, so for this one pocket, we're just gonna put it aside because it is for the last page. But we're gonna attach this first pocket onto our first page. Now, if you refer to step 8 in your instructions, since if you can't see this, I have added score tape onto the 3 sides. What I like to do, I always like to dry measure it first, just to make sure I have everything folded in place and see if it all fits and looks right before applying it to the page. So this gets buttered up right to the end of that first page of your folio. Give it a good burnish. We'll add these, attach the sides. All right, so we've applied and made our first pocket on our first page. Now we're going to go on to step 9. All right, so for this piece, this is the one piece that you actually have to cut in this package. So it's a square piece measuring 5 by 5. It is scored all the way around. And we're going to take our paper trimmers. And we are going to cut it from corner to corner to make 2 triangles. So we have 2 pieces like this,
Where is that? included?
shown in step 9.
Okay,
Now these pieces we're going to miter again. Gonna miter the corner. And you're also gonna miter this corner off. You're gonna have a piece that looks like that. Fold it on those score lines. And you may have to trim that one miter just because it, you may not have cut quite enough off, because I obviously didn't. It's peeking through. And just take your scissor and just trim that off. Now this is our little corner pocket. Now we're gonna attach the score tape. Now we're going to attach it to our first page. So this is the page that we did the pocket on. I'm going to attach it to this side of that page 1. As shown in our photo play instructions. I'm going to put the other piece aside because we're going to attach it to the last page. We're going to work on the inside of our center panel. So for our center panel, we have this one bigger piece left, which is 8 by 5 1/4. This is going to be create one larger pocket in the center here, your folio. So we're going to take and miter the corners that are scored. We're going to fold on those score lines. Yep. All right, now we're going to attach the large pocket in the center of your folio. So just eye it up in the center of that. I'm gonna have a little bit on each side, about 1/8 of an inch. Give it a good burnish. All right, so there is another pocket that we created in the center of the folio, and that is step 11. So it's at the bottom of this page, step 11. So we just made that pocket. For those that can't see it because it's white. Then we're going to turn our instructions over. So just on the other side, we're going to go to step 12. Now for step 12, we're going to take the 4 pieces that are 5.5 by 4. So these 4 pieces right here, they all have a score line at 1/2 inch here. We're going to give them all a fold over. Going to give it a burnish, and we're going to add score tape. We're going to add score tape to the other side, because this waterfall is made a little slightly different. So these pages are going to fall like this. I'm just going to give you a rough, show you roughly how it's going to be. So they're going to fall like this. Okay. Most waterfalls fall the other way, but we're going to do it this way. That's actually the way they show in the instructions of the folio 5 for photo place. So we're going to add the score tape. I'm going to attach my first page because that's what we're going to follow by. So I'm going to attach it to and line it up to the bottom and the side of that pocket. Give it a burnish. Fold it over. Sorry, I know it's hard to see, but if you look in your instructions on 12, well, you don't actually show that fold in there the way I'm doing it, but you'll see once we've completed it how it's going to look. It's going to look exactly like the page 5 or page 12, step 12.
Page are they attached to?
You're attaching this waterfall to the center pocket that we just did. This in step 11, we did that pocket, that large pocket in the center of the folio. Now we're attaching a waterfall into that, onto that pocket. So this is going to create a 4-page waterfall in the center of this folio. Now with the second page, you're going to butt up right against your first page that you applied to your pocket. Lining them up. So now I have 2 pages to my waterfall. Do the same with the third page. and the 4th. So there is your side waterfall. Give you a second and then we'll go to step 13. All right, ladies, now we're going to take that corner pocket that from this first one that we did on page 1. And we're going to apply it to the 4th page of our folio. So we're going to flip this page over. And this is the page we are applying it to. So not this one, okay? So it's the very last page of our folio. So again, we're going to miter the corners if you hadn't done that so already. And we're going to apply the score tape to the flaps. Now we're going to take this corner pocket, apply it to the very corner of our last page. Burnish. Put that over and then we will do the very last page with that same pocket as we did the first page. So this is the first page with the pocket at the corner. This page is left alone. The waterfall in the center with on top of that one larger pocket. Leave that page alone. The last page, that's where we just attach that corner pocket. And now we'll do that larger pocket on the very last back page. Butt it right up to the very end of that page. Finish it down. And that was step 14. And 13 is the same as the first 2 pages. So this is your side pocket here. Now we'll be working on the gatefold part of the very last piece, the shorter piece. So this is step 15 of your instructions. Now this piece is a piece that is scored on 3 sides. It is measured at 4.37 by 2.5. Again, we're going to miter these 2 corners as shown in your instructions. This pocket is going to get put right in place here. So we're going to fold on those score lines. This is going to create a small pocket on that gate fold piece on your folio. Now this is step 16 in your instructions on the photoplay folio. We're going to attach it to the bottom of the page. I leave about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. With a burnish. Now we're going to take this other piece, which is step sorry, wrong piece. Step 17, which is the other piece. So we're done with this one. All right. So step 17 is another 4.37 piece by 3. It's got 2 score lines on the side. I'm going to give it a burnish, and then we're going to add some score tape and do a little bit of cutting on this one as well. So what 1 3/4 inches down, I'm just going to give it a mark, and then we're going to cut into this one. So measure 1 3/4 inches down. On both sides. Like so. We're going to cut into here, like so. You're going to cut a piece like that out of there. Shown exactly on step 17 of your instructions. Have your piece that looks like that with the 2 score lines here. And attach some score tape to those tabs. Sometimes I say tabs, sometimes I say flaps. They're both the same to me. All right, so you're gonna have a piece that looks like that. Now this is step 18. You're going to slide that into that first pocket you just made there, that little pocket. And slide that in there to hide that tail. Put it down as to your pencil marks there. And apply it to that page. Give it a burnish. Now you've created 2 pockets on that little gatefold piece. Almost done, ladies. How about you? Step 19. Last step of the folio. Take the 3.5 by 5.5 piece you have left over. I'm just going to flip my album around because it's going to get attached to the top. Just dry, measure it up there before we attach it to that page. Remove your backing of your tape.
Hi, do you mind going just a little bit slower? We're a little bit behind here.
Okay, I'll stop for a while here.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. If you have any questions, just message us and we'll try to answer your questions, okay?
Are you all done?
I'm done. I'm just waiting. I'm
Okay.
just giving them some time.
Okay, perfect.
Do we?
We're gonna do a draw. We're
Do you
gonna
want
do
to
a
do a
draw
draw?
for the pajamas. We're just getting the names
Okay.
organized.
Okay.
So we'll just give
Perfect.
them a few minutes, but you could talk about the stacker.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Oh, the what?
the stacker. All right, ladies. Well, I'm letting you, some of you catch up. We're going to talk about our little find that we got. It's a score tape stacker. They are on sale this weekend for $15. Neat little tool, I must say. All right, so you'll never lose your score tape again. So they come empty, so they actually want you to weight them down. So what I've done with mine, they have little sections right in here that you can fill with sand or gravel. I just bought the cheap little stones from the dollar store and then just added them into here just to give it weight, because you want to have it weight in there, because I'll show you how it works. What you do is the score tape that you are using is going to be at the top. And then they also have at the very top here, a little section where you can put some tools in.
Move it over.
Sorry. Move that out of the way. All right, I'll just use a piece of my instructions here. All right, so what you do is you take your score tape, unravel it, and you can place it on your project. And it keeps it in place. While you're not using it, you just stick it up there like that, and it's ready to go for the next time. So you always know where your score tape is. So it's a handy dandy little tool. So right now we have them on for $15, and they will be at the Delmany location come Monday.
Yep, or they can text us again at 694.
Or you can text us at 694-0700, and we can ship them out to you as well at your cost. But it's a great tool to have. I love mine. I know exactly where my score tape is at all times, and it keeps it all in place.
We're gonna do some draws, so just hang on.
Okay, we have a question here. Because we get the back.
Yes.
inside the pocket line.
Okay,
I just gave it to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just put it on my phone.
all right. For that question, that last question that we had about the back pocket, if you see on your instructions, we cut that piece. I can't show you now because I've already put it in my thing. So you're making it so that it's got a little bit of a tail and it's a little bit tapered. So it's a little bit smaller, so it will fit right into that first pocket that we put on. So this piece will slide right in there. And then these tabs that we put score tape on will get glued down, and then you'll create that second pocket. And then at the very end, step 19 is that flap on the very end of the page. Hopefully that answers your question.
Remember, it's 306-694-0700.
Remember 306-694-0700 if you have any questions about the stacker or any text that you want to send us.
Okay, and now back to.
Are we ready to start with the folio?
Okay, can you just give us 1 second? We're gonna have a draw for you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I'm just gonna switch
We'll
it.
just
I need a
get
drink.
names.
Okay, there's just a couple things I have to address.
Okay.
And then we'll continue on. Continue on with Bonnie. If there's questions during the class, watch the comments because people will sometimes answer the questions. We only want to interrupt Bonnie if need be for it to run smoothly. It also echoes in here and we're taping. So we want to just refrain from taking our, what's it called? Microphone off. Sorry. brain freezer. We are watching the comments. We will, we have given ourselves guidelines as to what we're interrupting Bonnie about. And I already said we're taping it, and we'll send the link as soon as it's available. It has to download to the computer and we have to apply it to where we need to apply it to. We will send you the link via email. And if I can put it on Facebook, I'll put it on Facebook too, but everybody will get it via email as soon as it's available. And we're gonna do a draw for the PJs here.
Yeah, we're just making sure we're getting everybody in. We're
She's
double checking.
just making sure, she's double checking, making sure everybody's name is in.
Don't forget to hold your tickets for 50/50. and
Okay.
raffle.
Close to last chance for 50/50 and raffle. I believe the 50/50 is close, if not at $900 total. So the person would be going home with around $450. That was just an estimate, just flipping through everything. So that's quite big. The raffle are $5 for 10 tickets. Text to 694-0700. We have them all there. It takes time to go through them all. But we are doing it and we do have help as much as we can get here. Anything else, Teresa?
No, we're just gonna get ready for the draw.
Okay. You have the draw.
I have it
drive,
right here.
Tammy? Okay, can you have it? Sorry, Bonnie.
No, that's fine.
We got a layout kit, and we have a package of paper, and we're gonna have my brother Colin, the computer tech guy, make the draw. His hand's going in.
This is for one person to get the water jammies and put it in.
Okay, this is for the jammies, people who texted. Okay, who is it, Colin? Can you go this way? Kim Moisey.
Woohoo!
Won the prize. So over the weekend, if you win prizes, and for the raffle too, to pick them up, you can pick them up in Delmany, you can pick them up in Moose Jaw, or we will mail it. It's the winner's expense, but it's well worth it. Is that all you wanted me to talk about too, Teresa?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna put it back to Bonnie.
Okay.
Most important is that they do not unmute themselves during,
Okay.
that they text in. please.
Like Teresa said, it's most important that you please don't unmute yourself and ask questions. Type it in. See
If I need to slow down, I will.
if she needs to slow down, I can see it and I will let her know. I did that a couple times, so we will do our best. We're trying our best. So I'm gonna put it back to Bonnie now. What's that? Oops, I just turned my video off. Let's try that again. All right.
All right, I'm back. All right, ladies. I hope you've all caught up. Like I say, if you haven't, we can always look back at the video once we got it posted. All right, so we're going to work with this lovely line from Simple Stories, the Simple Vintage Ancestry. And so what I want you to do is take this package out, and I don't have the cover page of the basics, so you have actually a basics piece, which is the basic cardstocks. So there's blue, paprika, I believe, and honey and a moss in there. So there you got 6 sheets in there. So what I want you to do before we start this folio is I want you to take out these pieces. So I want you to take this piece out of your package, which is called Yesteryear. So it's the one with the doily and the clock. I want you to take this page out of there because we are not using this one for our folio. This one is going to be used for a layout that we're going to be doing. This one as well, which is called Always and Forever. It's the one with the flowers on the sides. I want you to take this one out as well because this is the double layout that we're going to be doing like this. It's this way actually. So these pieces need to be taken out. Also, you'll be taking out the one piece of the paprika from the basics package and one of the steel blue piece for matting pictures for on these 2 layouts. So we're going to put those ones aside. And then we're going to start cutting our pieces for our folio. I hope you are all caught up, ladies. So you all got instructions in your paper packs for this folio. And I'm going to go from basically from the start, which was the front gate fold cover and the spines and the back cover. So we're going to be doing these 2 pieces, the spines and the back cover. So that's what we're cutting for. So we're going to take the piece that is called Our Heritage out of your paper pack, which is this one. And ladies, you can always follow back on the instructions of that we have in your packages, or look at the videos at a later time when it's posted. And then, yeah, all the measurements are in the instructions. Also, photos are in the instructions as well. So we're going to cut off the 1/2-inch tab of our paper. I always hang on to these, ladies, because sometimes I use these pieces. So hang on to them because we may use them in for our last little bits that we put on in the folio. Now we're going to cut 2 pieces measuring 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. I guess I gotta watch how I'm cutting this. Okay, so you're gonna make sure your flowers are up and down like this. And we're gonna cut it at 3 1/4. And then at 5 1/2. And we're gonna cut 2 of these. We have 2 of that. That's for our front cover like so. I'm gonna cut 2 of those. Now I'm going to change this pattern this way. And we are going to cut it at 5 1/2. Sorry. By 7. Now this piece is going to go in the back of our folio, like so. Now we're going to cut 2 pieces at 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. Still okay, Green? All right, ladies, we're going to attach as we've cut. Keep all your scrap pieces because they get used up. We'll put them aside. We'll take these pieces and we'll start with a gatefold. So this is what I call the gatefold. It opens up like a gate. These 2 pieces we're going to cover. We're going to apply some score tape. All right, when you're applying the first piece to your first gatefold page, you're just going to center it. You're going to have approximately 1/8 of an inch on the tops, and you're going to probably have a little bit more on either side here. I went according to the fold lines when I made the album. So there's going to be a little bit more of a gap on the other sides. I didn't ink this. I'm not inking this album because this album I'm actually making for Teresa and she doesn't want it inked. For those of you that want to ink it, you're welcome to ink it.
But I do.
You did not. Teresa, now she says, I do, she says. And she does not. She told me she didn't. So that's why I'm not inking it. But you are welcome to ink it if you like. I did mine. I did ink mine in pumice stone, and I don't know if you really can even see it, but you can do it, ink it or not. It doesn't really matter. It looks, I think it will look good either way.
I changed my
Right, boss?
mind.
You changed your mind? You want to ink now? Well, you better come over here and ink. Sorry, ladies, this is my first time doing this, and I'm not much of a talker. So if you hear a lot of silence, that's just me.
Wonder, did you happen to mention, sorry to interrupt.
Nope.
Did you happen to mention about the sizing that you've noticed a little?
Yes, I noticed in the folio that the sizing is a little bit off. And I've really noticed in this one, because my first folio, I did these same cuts. And this folio almost seems like it's a little bit bigger. So I don't know if the folios, they just make them a little bit different. So if you are very particular, you may want to cut these slightly bigger. I'm okay with it because I think once you close it and once you got your band on there, it's okay. But I did notice on mine, same measurements, it came pretty much right to the end. So they're a little bit off. But we're not that fussy, I don't think. It don't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I think it'll look just fine. Like I say, there's going to be a band on here as well yet. Once it's all decorated, I think it'll be just great. So we'll attach some score tape to the spine pieces. You still okay there, Kareen?
Yeah, you're doing fine.
All right. Everybody's falling asleep probably or something. All right, so we're just going to do the same with the spine piece. Just line it up as well as you can and put it in the center.
You're just like Tim Holt.
Oh gosh, Tim talks the whole time though. I don't.
No, but we're. Doing awesome.
All right. Last piece. And we're going to attach that to the back of your folio. All right. Now we're going to start on the inside. We're going to take the piece called Family Tree. And this is going to be for the inside of this piece right here, the gatefold. And we're gonna cut it 3 1/4 by 5 3/8. Cut our little 1/2-inch tab off. And we're just gonna make sure that like this runs the right way. So we're cutting it at 3 1/4. By 5 3/8. This piece is going to go right in here. Still okay there, Green?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, so this piece we're going to attach on the inside of your gatefold cover piece. So I don't like to decorate the inside of my album like these pieces until the end. So I'm going to do that last, ladies. So we're just going to cover all our pages with our main pieces first. And then we will do the little cuts and the 4x6 cards and the 3x4 cards and the 2x2 cards. Okay, so we're going to do all our main pieces first. That's where I often use a lot of my scraps, so you don't have to waste any of your papers. I'll let you ladies catch up a bit. And our next cuts that we'll be doing, we'll do it on the life stories paper or page. We're going to cut 2 pieces, measuring 5 1/4 by 5 3/8. We're going to cut 2 of these, and they will go onto that pocket page, like so. Okay, so we're going to cut 2. Two at 5 1/4 by 5 3/8. Always keep all your little scraps because you never know, we might use them. All right, so these two pieces are getting attached to this pocket and your last pocket page. You're gonna apply the score tape to these pieces. This vintage Ancestry paper line is one of my favorites. I love the fall colors that are in it. This one has been a really good seller in the Delmany store and I think in Moose Jaw as well.
Yeah, we're just about out of all of it,
Yes, I think we are almost out.
and they have not come out with more, but I don't believe.
No, I don't think they have any more. No.
I think people gotta keep in mind, especially with the, mention to them, especially with any, if they want any of the ephemeras or bits and pieces or chipboard pieces, they need to buy them right away when they first come out, only because they're made in China.
Yes.
And the die cuts, they're not reordering die cuts because it's coming from China.
Okay.
And so it's been a big thing right now,
Mhm.
when we're trying to order stuff. If we don't order it the first time, we ain't getting it.
So ladies, when Teresa was just saying, and I need to mention this, is when you are wanting any of the papers and you like all the extras to go with it, the ephemera and that, you need to let us know because it is always discontinued or sold out right away. A lot of it comes from China. So with the COVID, and I know everybody hears COVID all the time, but it's a big issue for getting product. All right, so we attach that first piece onto our first pocket page. Now we're gonna go to the last pocket page just because it's the same cut and the same paper. We're gonna attach this to the very last page of our folio. We're kind of gonna go back and forth, but since the pages are the same as the first pages are the same as the last, we might as well do those cuts at the same time. All right, so this one is going to get attached to that last page, front of that pocket. All right, so that's your very last page. Now we're going to cut the little strips that go into the side of that pocket right here. And they are going to be cut from the paprika cardstock. So the paprika is this one in the solids. It's the first page. She's talking about the last page. Just tell her that's the first. All right, you're going to cut 2 pieces at 1 1/4. by 5 1/4. It's got shifted on me. I'll just give us a little bit of a trim. All right, so we have 2 pieces at 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Just a reminder, ladies, these are in your instructions as well. Now here's a little bit of a tricky part. We're going to just tuck it slightly into that pocket. And then we are going to attach it to the page. Just like so. So this is your first pocket page. So we started with the skatefold where we added that gold piece, the very first page of the folio. Your pocket now is done. Now we're going to the very last page since it's the same cut. And we're going to attach this piece to that one. Again, we're going to tuck it slightly into this pocket. Attach to the page. All right. Now we're going to work on this corner page. So this is our first page, but the other side with that corner pocket. We are going to take the basics piece, the moss and honey one, and we're going to use the moss side, which is this one. Okay. Give you guys a little bit of a break here and we'll just let everybody catch up.
Attached to the left hand side of the page, and then she shows it's cheaper than just the first.
Yeah, no, it's on this page.
So maybe just.
Okay. We just got a question in. So for the a question about the gold piece, that is attached to your very first page of your folio. It's not the one at the end with the 2 pockets and the flap. It is the very first page is where you're going to attach that gold piece.
And what size is that gold piece?
That gold piece is, just give me a moment, I'm just got to find it. Three and a quarter by 5 3/8 measurement.
She's
for
showing
this.
you right there, Debbie.
This piece right here. It's 3 and a quarter by 5 3/8.
That's okay. Okay, so I just got a text and it says that, sorry, I'm just gonna.
And we're going too fast.
Just,
Somebody's.
sorry, it says which, okay, so they did the page backwards, they just put the flip in the back. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Ladies, if you make a mistake and you put something in the wrong place, It doesn't matter. All these papers coordinate with each other. It doesn't matter. If you don't have exactly the same color as the next person, it's your own. It doesn't matter. They all work together.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. If you put it on here, you know what? I might even have that same color on this page. We will see when we get to it, but it doesn't matter. If you have the wrong color or whatever, it doesn't matter. We will figure it all out at the end.
And it makes it unique.
It makes it your own. So if you do make a little bit of a mistake, it's your own album. It is yours, and no one's going to know the wiser if you made a mistake on it or not.
Continue.
All right. So dig out your moss and honey piece from your basics. And we're going to cut 2 of these at 6 1/4 by 5 1/4. And just remember, keep these little 1/2-inch tabs. Sometimes I use these in the album. And if we don't, we'll throw them away at the end, but I always hang on to everything till I'm done. All right, 6 1/4. By 5 1/4. And ladies, just so you know, when I say give you a measurement 6 1/4 by 5 1/4, actually the right way is to say it the lowest number first. But when I do 6 1/4, that's the cut I want you to do first. Just because sometimes the papers are all used up and we use them sparingly. So that's why sometimes I give you those measurements that way. So we're going to cut these at 6 1/4 by 5 1/4. Looks like I'm going to have to change my blade here soon because that's shredding my paper a bit here. And I know the boss doesn't like that. Right, boss?
I'm your boss.
Be the boss. All right, so these moss pieces are going to go into those first pages on the opposite side with that corner pocket. So they're just gonna kind of slip in behind this corner pocket like so. Give it a dry measurement first there if you like. Then we're gonna add some score tape to the back and we'll stick it on. Gonna give my paper a little bit of a sanding because I know my boss doesn't like the shredded edges. And my blade was getting a little dull.
I think you're picking on the boss.
I'm picking on the boss today, yes. Because she made me do this. She's so picky too, yes. So if I make a mistake on this album, this is the album to make a mistake on. Right, boss?
Right.
All right. So we're going to attach some score tape to these pieces.
You need elevator music.
Elevator music? Can you put some elevator music on for me?
You need some elevator music. La, la, la,
It's coming.
la,
It's coming? Okay.
Yeah.
la, la, la,
Am I should talk more? Is that what
You're
you're saying?
floor, you're not going again.
They say I'm supposed to talk more. If I talk more, then I'm going to get confused, and then I'm going to get lost, and then I'm going to make big mistakes. And I'm going to lose my voice. And then somebody else would have to take
More
over.
like 10 o'clock at night, it's just fine.
Teresa says 10 o'clock tomorrow night, I can lose my voice, and she's good. All right. So we attach that moss piece in your corner page. Now we're going to go to that last page again. We're going to do the same with this one. I'm going to attach that moss piece into there. Okay. All right, you're going to stick it in that corner. Put it up on that page. All right. Let you ladies catch up. And I'm going to grab the next piece of paper that I need.
Dark glitter glue instead of decaying on the inside piece.
If that's what they like to do, they sure can. You ladies
Well, we're
prefer,
answering each other's questions. So.
you know, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ladies prefer a certain adhesive, you use whatever you like. I like sequining on albums because then I know it's going to stay there and it's not going to fall apart.
So then my next question for you, Bonnie, would be for those that know, that have done a few of these albums and you're using sequin. So if you did do a mistake, you can use undo.
Yes.
And undo would pull it off. Whereas if you use glitter glue, it is stuck and glitter glue does not come off with undo.
Okay, can you
That's right.
repeat that?
Okay, so
Okay.
maybe you should mention that part to us.
So for those of you that use undo or on score tape, if you do make a mistake on albums, you can use undo on it to remove it. Unfortunately, with the art glitter glue, undo does not work. So if you do make a mistake, undo will take it off if you're using the score tape.
And the thing with undo, let you know too that it's photo safe.
Yes, and Teresa also mentioned that undo is photo safe, so you can use it on photos as well to unstick them. So this is a great product for those ones that make boo-boos. Teresa just raised her hand.
I'll make a lot of them. Don't follow instructions.
Yes, Teresa does not follow instructions very well, as we found out as we were putting some of these things together. So anyways, ladies, for our next pieces that we're going to cut the pieces for these corner pockets. Hopefully you can see them both on the page there on the screen. So what I did is I used one of these 4x4 pieces out of the 4x4 element sheet. So what I did is I used this one, but I used the opposite side. So I used the plaid side. So we're just going to cut this 4x4 piece out, the gather together. All right, so I cut this 4x4 gather together piece out of the 4x4 elements. Now this is actually a little bit too big. So we're going to cut this one down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I just flip it around. And I'm going to cut it at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And that's a square piece. Like so. Now we're going to take this 3 3/4 piece and we are going to cut it in half to create 2 triangle pieces for those corner pieces or corner pockets. Like so. So we got 2 of those. Now these pieces are going to get attached right into there. Okay. I'm gonna trim off the edges of the score tape on this piece, because I just want to make sure I have score tape right to the corner. And just cut those off. One thing I love about Simple Stories as well is their element sheets. I love the 4x6, the 3x4, 4x4, and 2x2 element sheets. Because you know me, I love fussy cutting. So we're gonna have a little bit of homework to do, ladies. Gonna give you a little bit of fussy cutting to do. And I'll show you towards the end once we got our papers on our album. We've got one of the corner pockets finished there. Gosh, score tape can be sticky. That's stuck all over me now. Sorry, ladies, I'm pretty boring. I know.
I'll find you music for tomorrow.
I'm not Tim Holtz, so.
Oh, dang it.
And it's different if there's nobody talking back at you. So then it's, you don't think you have to talk.
Busy dear, but can't keep up to that man's energy.
There you go.
People saying you're doing great.
Okay, good. Good to hear. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna apply this little piece to this corner. Look at that, we're almost halfway done. Not quite, but almost.
Woo-hoo, give the wave, woo-hoo, give the wave.
Teresa's doing the wave.
Woo-hoo,
She's the only one doing the wave.
She's the only one doing the wave.
woo-hoo.
All right, ladies, catch up and then I'll get the next one going.
You're doing good. She's doing the wave.
So for those of you that are following in the instructions, we're going to go to the second and third page. So that's these two pages that are just plain blank pages, no pockets on them. We're going to cut out of the sheet Legacy of Love. So the sheet with all the butterflies. And we're going to cut it at 5 1/4 by 6 1/4. So we're going to cut 2 of those. Are you learning anything, Colin?
Everything, yeah.
We're teaching Colin how to scrapbook.
We almost need to give him a few more drinks.
All right, ladies. So this one is going to get cut at 6 1/4 by 5 1/4. I know in the instructions I have it written the other way around, but we're going to do that 6 1/4 inch cut first. So we're actually going to waste a little bit less paper this way. So we're doing 6 1/4. And then we're going to do 2 pieces at 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 6 1/4. That's our first page. This first page here. We're going to cut one more at 5 1/4 by 6 1/4. All right, so we have these 2 butterfly pages. And they're going to get attached to this page and this page. And like I say, if you do make a mistake, it doesn't matter really where that paper is going, as long as it's going on one of the pages.
Very pretty. That's Donna. That's her.
Donna Kosh.
Yeah, Donna.
Hi, Donna. How are you doing? Miss you, love. Start saying green.
Yeah.
So just let the people know that those that are paying their stuff on credit card, we will contact them tomorrow. Or we've got a list going and we'll contact them tomorrow as the morning goes on for their credit cards is what we do.
So ladies, if you, oh, lost it already, Teresa, sorry.
It's credit card.
So the credit card.
So those are the, you are paying with credit cards. You'll be contacted tomorrow
It's raffle.
for the raffle and the 50/50s. All right, so this is getting attached to the third page. So now we should have the first one done, part of the second, and part of the third and the fourth. All right, for the opposite side of those butterfly pages, we're going to cut into the Timeless Treasures piece. This is one of my favorites. Love the color in there. And again, we're going to cut it at 6 1/4. By 5 1/4. So these pieces are going to go here. So on the opposite side of the butterflies. Okay.
So they're gonna get a little bit of noise going on. There's been a lot of night flying, so they might hear a little bit of that.
The jets flying over?
Yeah,
Wow.
and we've really noticed it the past 3 nights, like it's been like a lot of night flying. Just so that they know. if they
Yeah,
hear
ladies,
that.
there's some jets flying over right now and it's quite noisy in here actually. So if you hear any strange noises, it's the birds flying above us.
Welcome to Moose Jaw.
There you go.
But it sounds good.
I love
It's
moose
in the
jaw.
air, like,
Yeah,
you know what I
cool.
mean?
So ladies, for those of you that haven't been to Moose Jaw in past times, where Teresa's got her little pop-up store set up, you need to come have a look.
I would say it's more than a pop-up.
It's more than a pop-up, it's exactly.
Got everything.
She's got, you got everything you need in there. She's got a great selection of papers
Everything you need and more.
and more, exactly, everything you need and more. And then Mike, of course, he's got a lot of things that are in my likings. I love all his antique stuff. So I had to buy up half the story today again. Teresa's fault. She brought me there.
Maybe when you take a little break, you can show them some of your treasures.
I will show them some of my treasures I got. They're right in front of you, Teresa. Green's looking for the treasures that I bought, and they're
Maybe
right in
my
front of
own
her.
you bought.
Yeah, there you go. There's a few other treasures, but I'll show you ladies later. Mike's got a great selection of stuff, and also does Teresa. Teresa's got everything you need.
A store and so much more.
A store and so much more. So ladies from Saskatoon area, if you want to make a road trip out of it, only takes you 2.5 hours to get here. It's a lovely little drive. And come and check out the store. Right, so those are those 2 pages. Aren't they lovely? All right. Well, I let you catch up a bit. I lost my score tape. I'm going to see if I can find it. All right, so our next pieces that we're going to do is we're going to do the waterfall. Now those ones I did just like scrap pieces of paper, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 1, 2, I believe there's 9. Let's just double check on my instructions here. Yes, 9 pieces at 3 3/4 by 4 7/8. So these are the pieces that are going to go into the waterfall. So basically all the pieces that you just cut into, you're going to take bits and pieces of that and cut those pieces out of that. So I use this one and I'm going to cut it at 3 3/4. By 4 7/8. So those are the pieces that are going to go in your waterfall. So you're going to cut 9 pieces. So you can also use the opposite sides of your papers, whether you want to use that one or not. There's also this one and that one. So we're just going to cut 9 pieces that measure 3 3/4 by 4 7/8. No, I didn't use a magnet on the waterfall. The magnet that is going to be used is on the band at the very end when we actually start decorating the album and putting the paper on the band. Because you still have one piece left that's in the folio, and that's your band that goes around. So it's this piece here. And I actually brought it right around to the back of the album. So this is where your magnet's going to be. It's going to be in right in here and in this closure part here. So that's where the magnet gets attached a little later.
Cookie, let's go. Let's go. Oh, somebody unmuted himself.
Some of these pieces for the waterfall, ladies, we can double up on them. You can cut from the same pattern more than once. All right, so you get cut 9 of those for the waterfall. And here's where I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do this one is slightly different than when I did my sample. I'm going to add this gold one to the top waterfall page. There is no magnet in the waterfall. There is no magnet in the waterfall, ladies. It's on the band. Yep.
I guess I'm not, I'm a
You know,
week behind you guys.
You're a week behind, Teresa.
You're too busy doing things.
You're not being a very good Mario.
Oh, yes, we are over here. We got a lot of games still. Good thing you're making my phone. But I haven't got time.
Well, if I make a boo-boo, that's okay, right, boss?
Just make sure that we can't say enough how much we appreciate everybody joining in with us and doing this. Like, we are over the moon with the response we got for this crop.
Yes. Teresa just reminded me to let everybody know how much we appreciate you doing this with us. We really appreciate that. We hope we're doing an okay job. And maybe we'll do this again. We do have something planned for the National Scrap Up Day. And we'll give you a little sneak preview probably tomorrow, right, Teresa?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll give you a little sneak tomorrow about it, or a little peek.
Because we like people.
Because we like people.
Because,
Right, because we love people. We love our peeps. So yes, we'll share that with you tomorrow.
So be sure to tune in.
So apparently to be sure to tune in. Being really comical over there, trying to rhyme and.
Well, we don't have any
Hint,
elevator
hint.
No.
movement, so we're trying to, just-
Exactly, because
we're trying
I'm not a
to
big
beat-
speaker over
we're trying
here.
to beat it up.
Yes, you just beat it up. I told you could sing. But Queen
Everybody
says no.
And then they mute me totally.
I would mute ourselves.
There you go. You should have heard me singing on the way here. What I do best on the drive here,
By yourself.
by myself, just singing away.
I hear you on that one.
Do you do the same?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just have the tunes going and I'm just a going. Well, Nicole knows all about that, right, Nicole? Nicole in?
Yeah.
Our little,
What you like that?
she was, okay. So ladies, I'm kind of just figuring out where I want all these pieces. So I'm just kind of playing around. Since I did this one here, I'm doing the same pattern. I've kind of just put it on this side instead of this side kind of thing. If that makes any sense. Opposite side. He's going to be able to make one of these albums just like that.
We're gonna owe him big time.
Green's brother is watching and he's intrigued or something. I'm not sure, or falling asleep or some.
Masterful tape work.
Masterful tape work. Have you ever used this tape, Colin? Because I actually have some gentlemen coming into town and they asked for this tape.
It's just like carpet tape, right?
I don't know. It's very sticky. That's all I know. But I know my husband uses it. I said to him, if you want something to stay stuck, use this.
Hey, you know, on my sign that says for you to pee on my door, it's held up by Sue Clay.
There you go.
It's a little metal sign.
Teresa's got a sign in her bathroom. I won't even say what it says on there. Okay, I guess that's what to say. It says for you to pee, and it's just a 4 and a U and a 2 and a P, and it's stuck up with Sue Quang in her bathroom here in the garage. And it's metal, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
wrought iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that it's not light. It's a heavy little sign, and she's got it in her bathroom. So yeah, Sue Quang holds. Sue Quang, score tape, whatever you call it. What do you call it?
Okay, we have a request.
What's the request? Quit talking?
No, we need a commercial break because people need to pee.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, we can take a commercial break if you need to go to pee.
That's where the sign comes in.
Yes, that's where that sign came in handy. Exactly. Okay. Ladies, I'm going to put this paper down. Give you a little break. I'm going to have a coffee break. You can go pee, and then we'll attach the rest of these pieces. Okay,
So Corinne, can you flip your screen to you? And then maybe we could take everybody's names we're gonna draw, maybe we do a couple draws. Okay.
all right, ladies, so we're gonna do a couple of draws while you go to the washroom.
Okay, you got me again. We're gonna do a couple draws here. I'll just go right to first.
Oh, that's not gonna be easy, so you you're over there so we can draw.
I'm really busy with
Come over, you gotta do it in the screen.
We gotta be seen, come on. Everybody's name's in the bag.
Sure, Gail, beer break, sounds good. We're in Moose Jaw. In Teresa's warehouse. Okay, what are we drawing for first?
We are gonna give, we'll give a couple, we have a couple packs of paper, there will be three.
Three
We
sets
had
or
some photo play of your family. Okay,
We're gonna do 3 draws. Sorry.
and spring market.
Your family, spring market.
And how about we add in a scrapbook cards in Today magazine, they just came out last Friday. So we are gonna put a magazine in for you on top of that. So we'll give you each one of those on top. Oh, that's backwards, Pink, good job.
What?
Now magazine's backwards.
Awesome. Okay, Colin, so give us a drum roll.
See you draw.
Okay.
Oh, I already drew.
Okay,
Put it
one,
back
drew
to-
one.
Then that person would.
Brenda
Sorry.
Berry.
Okay.
Okay, there's one. Okay,
Okay,
shake the bag.
they're not going anywhere.
Second one. Desiree.
Woohoo.
Desiree Turk. And one more.
Oh.
Trina Bailey. Congrats, ladies. I'm gonna put it back to the workspace and we'll give you guys a couple more minutes. Oh, it's appropriate.
Whoa.
There's the music.
Bonnie, Desiree picked up in Dominus.
Yep. Desiree, you can pick up your prize in Delmany. Yep. Trina Bailey as well. She can pick hers up in Delmany. And Brenda Berry from Moose Jaw.
So. You have a lot of stuff. Do we want to? Let us know where. No? Okay, we do that then. When you go back. When she goes. Oh, yeah.
All right, ladies, I think we gave you a long enough pee break. So we're gonna continue on. For those of you ladies that won the prizes, if you've already received Scrapbook and Cards magazine, if you could let us know, then we won't send it with your packages. So just let us know if you've already got one. All right, so we're gonna finish putting in these pieces for Waterfall. And again, this Waterfall does not get a magnet. It stays closed actually very well once everything's put together. So that magnet that comes in with your folio, that is getting attached to your band at the end, okay?
She's not on there. Okay. I just let two people in because she just said she came back from the hospital.
All right, so we're gonna change this up a bit. I think we'll do this red one at the end there. We're gonna have back-to-back butterflies, but I don't think it really matters. I'm gonna stick that one there. Actually, this side will look kind of cute on this one too. So we'll do that. We'll just flip it over. So we just flip that butterfly piece and we're just gonna do that one on that side. See, sometimes I'm not even really organized myself.
Yeah, I just think Colin could sing during the pee breaks. He is a
Oh,
singer.
there you go. Is he a singer?
No.
There we go.
Yes, he is.
We have a singer in the house. Oh, gosh. Then we'd all leave.
Probably not the truth.
He says he only does heavy metal, so I don't know if anybody wants to hear that.
That's a lie.
He's,
I think
he's
more
lying.
probably country too.
Mm-mm.
Green says he's lying.
Rock,
Not country,
just rock.
just probably rock.
I'm okay with that.
He does do heavy metal, but he's not. He's a good singer. Or along the rock line.
All right, ladies, we're down to our last two pieces for our Waterfall. I keep moving on my album, I'm sorry.
Can you text Debbie and see if she can hear us now? She should only be able to hear Bonnie.
I'm not always speaking. That's probably why they can't hear me.
So the last piece goes directly on top of the envelope.
Yes, this last piece is actually going right at the very back.
No, she can't do anything.
Keep going,
Debbie Bazinski can't do anything.
but everybody else can. You can call.
All right, so this piece actually just gets put on the pocket at the very end, because we're going to cut two pieces for here. So there's going to be a piece that's going to be along here and then over here, ladies. Okay, so that is our Waterfall, and we're going to start using some of those little strips as well. So for, excuse me, for these 2 pieces, we're gonna cut 2 pieces measuring 5/8 of an inch by 7 1/8. And this is where you ladies can use your scrap pieces, whatever you have left over. So if you, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same as what my album showed. And I think since I'm working with Teresa's, I can do whatever I want. Right, Teresa?
Sorry.
I said, since I'm using yours, doing yours, I can do whatever I want.
You betcha.
Teresa says, gives me the okay. So I'm going to do a little bit different than mine, just so we can tell them apart. All right, so I'm going to use these 2 colors. I'm going to use the moss and this piece. I know this is your element cards, but these ones we're actually not using in the album anyways. So yeah, I'm going to use this piece. So 5/8 of an inch, or 5/8, which is just a smidgen over the 1 inch. Oops, sorry, no, it's wrong.
Okay.
Just a smidgen over the half. 5/8 by 7 1/8. All right, so that's one of the pieces that's on top of the pocket. Too long. 7 1/8 is a little bit too long. Ladies, just trim it down a little bit. Seemed to be a little bit too long for this piece here. So I just trimmed it just a smidgen. Oops, I guess I can't see that. Sorry. So I just cut it down just a little bit less than 7 1/8. It just was a little bit too long. So that piece is going to go in there. And then we're going to cut our next piece at 5/8 of an inch. And we'll do it at 7 1/8 and just see if it will fit. If not, we'll just have to maybe trim it down just a bit. Let's try that. Yes, this one will have to get trimmed down just a bit. Measurement is a little bit off. I cut about 1/8 of an inch, so it's actually probably more closer to 5/8 by 7 for there and there. So those pieces will just attach to the top. So I'm like using 3/8 of an inch score tape, ladies, but it doesn't quite cover this one, so I'm just going to use a little bit of an 1/8 inch just to cover the whole piece of paper. Still doing okay there, Green?
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to go on the very top of that waterfall and the very top of that pocket. So you're going to get that green strip right in there. Okay. Now we're going to add the other piece on the top. All right, that piece goes on top there. Now we are going to go back to our last page. This is the flip page with the 2 pockets. And if you're going according to the instructions, it's the inside of the last gatefold page. You're going to cut 2 pieces at 3 1/4 by 4 7/8. And look at that, we are using that same piece of paper that we were asked about the other earlier. So we're going to cut 2 at 3 1/4 by 4 7/8. All right, so this is going to go on that last flip page. We do one on one side and one on the other. So tomorrow morning, ladies, we're gonna do finish off with the Ancestry paper, and we're gonna do the double layout. I'm hoping we get this album close to done. We may just get like a few last minute like decorating pieces that might not get attached. But we'll see how it goes. All right, for now, for the last page where we have the 2 pockets, we're actually going to cut 3 pieces measuring 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. And these can be just your scrap pieces, so they can just be random pieces. So I'm going to use a little bit of this plaid, and we're going to cut it at 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. So that'll be one of the pieces for the pocket. I have this piece here that measures exactly 1 3/4. So we're just going to cut it off at 3 1/4. So this is where you're going to start using some scraps up. So it doesn't really matter which pieces you're using in here. Like I say, they all coordinate together. So we will just find some that work. So I'm going to put that red piece up there. I'm going to put this piece in here. Just tucking it slightly into that pocket. Like so. And then we're going to cut one more piece. We'll do just a solid. We'll do the moss. Same measurement, 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. That will be for the bottom part of the pocket. So we'll quickly attach those. And then we'll do the band. We'll get the paper on the band. We're not going to attach the band probably right away. So we're going to start adding the some of the photo mats inside and the pieces. Then for your homework, you're going to have a little bit of fussy cutting to do. And I'll show you which one pieces to cut. So we don't want to stick that butterfly upside down, so we'll make sure we have them right side up. All right, so we're covered in paper. Now these pieces in here, I'm not going to do them right away, but they are the pieces that are called between page spine pieces. You're going to be cutting them at 3/8 of an inch by 5 3/8. And you can use, if you want to use different colors, you're welcome to use different colors, but that's where those 1/2 inch strips will come in handy if you want to use them. If not, you can just cut off your paper out of your papers. But now we're going to start with some of the, I did a couple extra flips in here. I'll show you before we start. So on this 3rd page with the butterflies, this page right here, I did this piece right here, which is cut out of the 4 by 6 element sheet. And then I just put a mat in here and then using the photo corners out of the sticker sheet. So we'll do this piece and then we'll, I'll show you this one as well, this one on the opposite side. And then we will have to do some fussy cutting and some matting, cutting of mats. So we'll quickly do these ones first. So we're gonna use a piece of the blue steel cardstock. And then I'll show you how we did this one, okay? So grab your blue steel. And it looks like I still have a scrap piece, so I will use that. And have this piece. And I'm just going to find my measurements and then we will get started. All right, on your instructions on the first page of your instructions, on the very bottom, it says second and third page. You're gonna go to the part where it says cut your one piece at 4 1/4 by 6, which is your blue steel piece. So we're gonna cut that at 4 1/4 by 6 inches. And we're actually using this side of it. And then you're going to take your 4 by 6 element sheet. And you're going to cut out the photographs and memories piece. Now these pieces we're going to be using, so put them aside.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Awesome.
Just lost my paper.
Just checking on you.
Yep.
Well, it's better than losing power.
Yes.
Apparently in Moose Jaw on the 900 to the 1100 block, Fort Brenda Berry has lost power at the east.
Oh my gosh. Somebody's lost power.
Lights are out, but the street lights are on, but the power is out in these homes.
All right. Ladies, I did this one a little bit differently, and I don't know why I did it this way, but we're gonna cut 2 pieces. This one's gonna be cut at 4 1/4. By 6 1/4. And we're going to score this piece. This is going to be part of our little flip page. Okay, so we're going to score this one at 1/2 inch on the 6 1/4 inch side. So when I say it's on the 6 1/4 inch side, this is how you're going to lay your paper. So this is 6 1/4 inches. So I am scoring it on the 6 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch. Now, when you're scoring designer paper, don't press too hard because you're going to start ripping your page because it's not cardstock. Okay, so we're going to give it a little fold there. Because I wanted the blue on the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to or the other way, sorry, wrong way. I did it the wrong way, ladies. See, I make mistakes too. All right, so we're going to add a piece of score tape to this piece. Don't cut it or don't attach it just yet because we're going to cut this out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this camera piece out. so. And we're going to do the same here. So you know what? Sorry, I'm going to change this up a bit. I'm going to cut off 1/8 of an inch off the end of the photographs here. So cut off 1/8 of an inch right here. And then we're going to attach it to this piece and cut it out again. All right. So sorry, this is a dark piece of paper, but we're going to attach it to the back of the steel blue. Okay. So just like that. Sorry. Still okay for time, Green?
Yeah.
You could do question and answer.
Oh, it's not gonna be video.
No, that's what I mean.
All right, so we're gonna attach that there, and then we're gonna cut. So leaving a little bit of a border. I'm gonna put a piece of different color paper in here so you can see. So I'm leaving a little bit of the brown showing. I'm just gonna cut around this little camera area. All right. So now we're going to attach this 4 1/4 inch piece to the 3rd page of your folio. And it's going to be a little flip, and then we're going to add a photo mat in here. So we're just going to remove that score tape. I'm just going to twist my album around just so I can eye it this way and get the center. And we'll attach it in there. Now we're going to just attach a photo mat inside there. And you can do whichever color you want. And I think I'm just going to stick with this color. I did an ivory one in mine, but I think Teresa's we're going to make a little different. Like I say, doesn't matter. And since I already have this piece, we're going to cut it. I don't even know if I had actually written the measurements down for this mat. I want to say I didn't. So I'm just going to take my pencil. I'm just going to mark it where I'm going to cut it. I'll let you know the measurement in just a second. So it's going to be 5 1/4 by 4 1/4. That is going to be your mat. That's going to be behind this flip. So right in there, we're going to attach that. And then you're going to attach your photo here when you put your photos in. All right, so this is where we're going to put our photo mat for this page. And later when we start decorating, we're going to, actually you should wait till you put your photos in there, and then you're going to add the little photo corners from your sticker sheet, your 12 by 12 sticker sheet. That is the best thing to do. I actually put them in mine, but I usually don't put photos in my albums. I usually give them away, so I leave that up to whoever is receiving the gift, the album gift. So, all right, so we are going to do the next flip, which is going to be on this page. And we're going to use the 4x6 element sheet that says we are family. So that's going to go on there. So it's going to be our next flip. So I'm going to quickly do that one. All right, so I'm going to use this side. Might as well use this piece up. We got 6 1/4. And make sure that fits on there. All right, so this piece is going to be 6 1/4. I believe it's 8, but I'll just double check my measurements. I believe it's 8. What I will do. And then we're going to take that 6 1/4 by 8 piece, which is a steel blue. And on the 8-inch side, we will score it at 4 inches. Now I believe I did cut this one down a bit, so I'm going to cut it at 3 3/4, the We Are Family piece. We're going to place it there. Flip page of fold. Right, so we're going to attach We Are Family to that moss piece. We'll center the We Are Family piece onto the card. All right, so we're going to attach that to this page. Now it's a little bit long, ladies, sorry. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a cut down. Like I said, sometimes the measurements are a little off. We'll just improvise. All right, so we're just going to apply some sequin to the back of that. And then the inside will be our photo mat for our photo. And actually, you can actually put 2 photos in this little flip if you want. You can do on the back side as well. All right, so you can maybe get off my board. Add that. All right, so we've done that, flip and the other one. Okay, so for the homework that's coming up. I'm going to get you to cut 4 1/8 by 5 3/4 paprika mat for this page. So that is this first page with the the second page with the butterflies. Four and 1/8 by 5 3/4 is that first mat on that second page with the butterflies. Okay, so that is, let's try to show you on both albums here. So that's this mat. But for your homework, what I want you to do is you're going to take this 4 by 6 element piece. Sorry, I'll have it upside down. And you're going to cut it out. I think you cut it out a smidgen smaller, which is, I think the measurements are on your instructions. So it's going to be cut a little bit smaller, but you're going to cut the inside of this out so that your photo can slip behind. So you're going to attach this piece to your page. You're going to cut this out of the center. You're going to cut it to fit the photo mat, but you're going to apply 1/8 of an inch score tape just along these 3 sides at the back and attach to that photo mat so that your photo can slip in behind. So I'm just going to show you on this page how this works. So just using one of the little 3 by 4 element cards. So I've already cut this one out, of course, and then, so this is how this works. So this is where your photo is going to slide behind. Let's just say it's a little bit bigger photo, but yes, it's going to fit right in behind there. So that's your homework. You're going to take and cut this piece out. So you're going to cut the photo mats for those pieces. And then we're going to do another piece the same on the opposite side, which is this piece here with the lovely yellow flowers. You're going to do the same with this 4 by 6 element sheet. And what I did is I cut out of the moss and honey piece of paper, cardstock. I did my photo mat. And then I cut this piece out the center as well, put 1/8 of an inch score tape on the 3 sides to slip a photo in behind. So that's your homework as well. All right, that's how that works. And then another thing for your homework is we're going to be doing some cutouts of the elements because we're going to need some for tomorrow's layout and the finishing your album. So what I did is I grab my pieces that I had marked here, sorry. All right, so these two pieces are your homework to cut out. All right, so on your, I'm just gonna move these albums and just this one a little bit anyways up, and you can make room for this sheet. All right, so what I did is I cut out this piece, the 3x4 card. I actually matted it on a 3x4 card, so I cut this one 1/4 of an inch smaller. So that's where you're gonna put that on, is that your first page of your album. And then on this page is one of the 4x4 elements. You're going to cut out, nope, sorry, that's not the right page. Sorry about that. This one, I thought it was the 4x4. It is from the 3x4 cutout. So this piece right here with the doily and the clock, you're going to cut that piece out, and then you're going to apply it on a photo mat with 1/8 of an inch score tape on 3 sides. So it's going to be a tuck, so that when you place your photo in here, that you can tuck it in behind.
They just want to walk through before you leave tonight.
Okay.
Through the whole album.
Okay. All right.
Your finished album. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so ladies, we're going to, I'm just going to let you know what you all need to cut out and add into your album, and then we're going to close up for the night. Okay. Oh. Yes. Okay, we're going to quickly do the belly band first though too, but I'm just going to quickly run through these things. Okay, so at the very end, this piece right here, we are blessed, that gets put at the back of the album, so that's a flip piece. And then something I did is with the 2x2 cards. And I'm going to run by these again with you ladies. I took and cut 2 of them out at the same time. So it's this piece here at the top. So these 2 pieces, these 2 pieces, and these 2 pieces, I cut in as one, and then I folded it in half, and that's so it created 3 little cards, and they go into these little pockets at the very back. And you don't have to do these if you don't want to. I just figured it added a little bit of character to the little album. So that is what I did at the back of the album. And then some of these elements that we're cutting out is going to be for the layout that we're going to do tomorrow morning. This butterfly here gets cut out for the cover of this album. And if you want to just write these things down, even right on the sheet with a pencil, it's probably easier for you to remember what to cut out. So that gets cut out. This blue butterfly gets cut out for tomorrow's layout. This blue flower here gets cut out for the layout as well. These 2 hearts, red one and the gold one, both get cut out. So if you want to just write in there that they get cut out, you just write on here in pencil, because you're not going to use that part of it anyways. This red flower here gets cut out as well for the layout. This butterfly gets cut out for the layout, and this yellow flower gets cut out for the layout. Not the leaves here, just the yellow flower with those leaves on the side. So that takes care of the 2x2 element sheet. And then we went over these 2 pieces that are for the album inside, as well as that piece. And then these other pieces, like I use these ones just for inside the album for journaling on. These are great little pieces where you can do some journaling and writing up about your pictures in your album. Then we go to our 4x4 element sheet. And I cut out a lifetime of love. And I'm just going to show you at the back of this album. We're going to quickly do the belly band yet, ladies, before we close for the evening. But I cut that out for the very back. And these pictures are all in your instructions. So if you fall behind or anything like that, you can just check those out. So this piece is what we used in the album. I'm just showing you a full sheet here. So this piece I actually cut up. I used the backside, so I'm gonna just never mind that piece. Anyways, this piece right here I used in the layout. So you're going to cut out this family as everything. So you're going to cut out the around the doily and around the envelope. And this piece as well, I used in the layout as well. So this gets cut out. This actually gets this heritage word gets covered up, so you don't have to worry about that. But those get cut out as well for the layout. All right, then going back to the 4x6, you have this piece that we've cut. This piece gets used in your layout as well. So this gets cut off, right? So I cut just around these leaves just to make it look like it was all in one piece. So just kind of make it look like it's all in one piece, and then we're going to use that tomorrow for the layout. All right, Lead, so that's your homework. So I'm going to show you the layout that we're going to do tomorrow, and then we're going to quickly continue on with the belly band. But I'm just going to show you the layout so that you know what we're getting into tomorrow. So hopefully we can see this all. So this is the double layout that we're going to work on tomorrow morning. So like I say, we're going to use that yellow butterfly that we're going to cut out from the 2x2. I use this is from the sticker sheet, so don't worry about that because we're just going to take it off the sticker sheet. Same as this piece. This is the flower that I cut out. As you can see, I just cut out the leaves like that to make it look like that. Just so it looks like was like that. And then on this piece, we use those 2 hearts, some of the sticker sheet elements. The family is everything. That's where we use that. I use a little bit of that yellow flower and the blue flower and the red flowers that we cut out. I'm a fussy cutter, so I'm sorry if you don't like fussy cutting, but I like fussy cutting, and so that's what we're doing. So I use the blue butterfly in there. This one that said heritage, that's what we use there, and then we use a sticker sheet for a piece for that to cover that up. So that's what we're going to work on tomorrow morning. So we're going to quickly do that belly band, and then ladies can do your homework. The decorating of the album, I'll show you at the very end, just to give you a quick run by with the excuse me, I'm running to lose my voice. And then we'll say goodnight. All right, so this is your belly band, ladies. So we're just going to give it a burnish on the score lines. All right, so we're going to cut our pieces for that, and I use the steel blue. Go to our instructions, get the measurements. All right, so we're going to cut one piece at 1 7/8 by 7. Still on camera here. Should maybe move my thing. There we go. Sorry, I don't always look and see if I'm on the camera. So, all right, so that's to the back of the belly band. Put that there, and then we're going to cut 2 1 3/8 by 1 7/8. So I'm going to use that leftover piece actually that I just cut from. 1 3/8 by 1 7/8. Oh, did that wrong. Sorry. All right. So that's this piece right here. So 1 3/8 by 1 7/8. That's those two pieces. All right, now for these last two pieces, you're going to actually cut one for this side and one for this side. The rest of this gets attached to the album, so I didn't do the opposite side. So we need two pieces that are 1 7/8. You guys are gonna be so sick and tired of my voice at the end of this weekend. Okay, 1 7/8 by 5. You're gonna cut two of those, and that's for the, sorry, the end of this band. So it's both sides like that. And then we're going to cut two more pieces at 3.5. I'll do this one at this 3.5 because this is a scrap piece. 3.5 by 1 7/8. Two of those for the other part of the band. All right, so this is where, now I don't know if you ladies are really fussy about where your magnet is and if you need to add photos first. If you are gonna, if you're fussy about where the magnet's gonna land, I would probably add the magnet in once you have photos in your album, just because it's gonna get a little thicker. So if you are doing that, I would probably leave off two of these pieces where the magnet's going to get attached to. Do you want the magnets on?
Sure do.
Okay, then we will put the magnet on. And then if it, hopefully it will line up for her when she gets her photos in there. All right, still on camera here. Okay, we're going to quickly attach. Are we still okay for time, Green?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is the outside of our band. So this is pieces going onto here, centering it. And then smaller pieces are actually on the spine of the band. All right. Ladies, now we're going to close up our album. We're going to attach our band to the back first. Photoplay has thought of everything. They've actually put like a double score line in your band so that when it goes around the corner, you've got more leeway there. All right, so for this album, it is it's such a weird number. Okay, it's like 5 and 5/8. So what's half of 5 5/8? Anybody do the math? 2.5, 2,
There was a magnet in the packet.
2 3/4, approximately.
Find a second.
Okay,
There was a magnet in the package, correct me if I'm
Yes,
wrong?
yes. There is a magnet, there was a magnet in your package. It was in a little plastic bag. You should have 2 magnets in there. And we will be using those next here. All right. So, well, you know what? I'm one that just eyes it up, and that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to attach that band to the back of your album. Sorry, I'm getting off camera again. We'll do the sides. We'll add the score tape to the sides once we've got this one attached. All right. That all works. Now we're going to attach the blue to the, or these side pieces to the spine. Just add some score tape to those. Sorry, I'm kind of hiding this, but I'll try to work this way then. For you ladies that are, I hope you're not too frustrated. This is the item that probably will take us the longest. It was probably the most complicated. All right. Okay. So that is our band. What I did is I kind of just make sure these line up, your gatefold pieces, just line them up. And we're going to attach those magnets before we attach the pattern paper or the cardstock. So what I usually do is I take a small glue dot and I attach my first magnet onto my spot where I want it. We're going to just flip this over. We're going to attach it right there. Then I'm going to take a piece of score tape and I'm just going to tape that magnet down. Then we're going to take our other magnet and we're going to attach it to that magnet. Add another small glue dot to that magnet. All right, now is the test. Attach it to this part of the band and I just slide it off. All right, so now we got that in place. We're going to glue down this piece because this is going to get covered up with paper, so you're not going to see this. So you got your magnet in place. So there is your magnet closure for the album. All right, now we're going to cover it up with paper, and then I'm just going to go through the album again, the finished one, and then you ladies can do your homework and finish it up. And then we will, I'll just show you the other photo play albums that we have available. There's Folio 1 to 5, this one of course being 5. And then we will do a draw and close for the night.
Do you want to stop the video right now? So then, are you done?
Not quite, I do have to attach these yet.
Okay,
But,
sorry.
okay, I'm going to quickly attach these pieces and then we'll go through the other album. Okay,
Just let me know and I'll stop. the
Okay.
recording.
all right.
We're just really looking at the time so that she shows the thing. So that's like that.
Yeah.
We finish it and then do.
No, we gotta shut off.
Are we still got good for time or not bad? Over? Are we over a bit?
Probably on the video we are.
Anybody falling asleep?
It's still good.
We'll still keep going. I just have to
We
stop the
just have to
recording.
stop
when
the
you're done.
video
Okay,
recording, that's
okay.
all.
All right. Sorry, it's taking longer than I thought.
Oh, very good.
Right. So ladies, I'm not even gonna show the rest of this. You know that these pieces are gonna go onto here. So this piece will go onto the back of that. And then this piece on here and vice versa on the other side. Okay, and so I'm gonna just show you the finished album again. Like I say, you have the full instructions, and if things don't, if you run out of certain papers, use a different paper. They all match, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I did is on this one, I added the chipboard piece from your 6x12 chipboard piece that our package that comes in your package. I attached the family on there, but I overlapped it over the large flap. So then what I did, because I'm a little bit anal that way, is I covered this piece with a little bit of blue paper as well. So then you can just cut it around the Y, that's a family. And then I decorated it with the red butterfly that I cut out of the 2x2 element sheet. And I popped out it on the cover. I added the chipboard yellow flower onto that piece.
Okay.
And then we'll just go through the inside quickly. I added the chipboard hearts in the corner here as well. And there is pictures in your instructions, just so you know. This one, I did the two little stickers from the 12x12 sticker sheet. Here I added the chipboard pieces and some hearts, added a little journaling card in there. And then on this piece, I added the chipboard Love My Family clipboard. And here again, a journaling card slid in behind. Here's some chipboard hearts. This chipboard gears and clocks that I did on this part. I added a little sticker here that says my memories. Everybody can do the different things. It doesn't have to be the same because there's lots of different stickers to choose from. On this little flip part, I added the chipboard butterfly. And then this is that one that we just did together. And then this piece, I did the little chipboard key and flower, another sticker there. And sometimes I just throw in some of the leftover 4x6 element sheets or pieces. I just put them in the pockets because these can be used for photo mats. Here I did a little Our Story chipboard piece on this flip. And then the little cards I just added that we talked about earlier. Okay, so that's the family folio. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too horrible. And I was just going to show you the other folios quickly, and then we were going to do a draw tonight, a big draw. So don't leave just yet. All right, ladies.